think there's one more over here first, and then we'll come over to you. Who has the microphone over here? Okay, I got that wrong. Oh, but we'll go to you first because you were waiting beforehand. Go ahead.
The comments that Rashida made are extraordinarily important and really profound about the oncology nurse and the suggestion, not an intentional suggestion, but how would you feel if you lived to 110 with cancer and can survive? But if you look at the other side, the traditional approach where somebody's going to a doctor and they have quote, a terminal illness, and if you could you analyze it from a conversational hypnosis standpoint? They're going in, the physician has their total attention. You're there in the most extraordinary and extreme conditions. The physician is the authority figure. Mm-hmm. There's the whole hypnotic frame of you have stage 4 cancer, which means terminal. You have the physician telling you that you have 6 months to live, which is a suggestion. How much of conversational hypnosis is done unintentionally just by the structure that's been placed
Huge amount.
in our current medical situation?
Huge amount. It's not just the medical situation. Schools do it, parents do it, friends do it, colleagues do it. It happens all the time. It happens all around us. That's where we get all these weird messages from that we go, well, I don't know why I feel this way, but it doesn't make any sense. It comes from all kinds of crazy places. So the point of doing conversational hypnosis for me, other than the therapeutic setting, is the idea of benedictions, which is you get to undo a lot of those things in exactly the same way they were created in the first place.
But I mean, it would seem like there would be such an extraordinarily important move to within the medical community and in the colleges, you talk
right now,
about bedside manner.
You're preaching to the converted. It's just a question of letting the other side know this, right? And it'll happen. It's beginning to happen in bits and pieces, but like a lot of these things, it may just take a while. I'm not sure if it's called Planck's law or something like that. There's a particular law which says that progress happens in 40-year leaps or something like that. And the reason isn't because some quantum thing happens. It's just it takes 40 years for the old people to die off, so the new people with fresh ideas can come in and try something else out.
Well, and I mean, you certainly can't blame the physicians because that's the way that they were trained.
I don't blame anyone. It's just the way it is. Right. And it's changing. And at some point, maybe it changes more quickly, and maybe it changes more slowly. But eventually, I think it'll get there. So,
but the more people that become aware of the work you're doing,
yes,
the greater you can.
This is where I now have my hypno zealots. You're going to be standing outside the hospitals, talking to the doctors and nurses, zapping them until they get it. You got me?
No, but seriously, the more people that become aware of what you're teaching, the more it can help that critical mass to make the shift.
It'll happen in time. I mean, hey, we're working for it. We're getting that message out there, and eventually, as I say, it'll happen.
That's actually part of my mission, making the change the world's waiting for. That's what our slogan is, and that's exactly what I'm here for.
So, rather than drifting off theme, because we're getting a little bit into wild woods, let's just have one more question, and then we'll actually do something hypnotic again, shall we? Go ahead.
Hi.
Hi.
I had a tactical question.
Go on.
If you have someone who's in that high energy state, like
yes.
we were just discussing,
yes.
I was thinking, my first instinct was to use hypnotic blitz
yes.
and mirror that state and come back at them
yes.
with so much energy that they wanted to relax,
yes.
and then switch to non-awareness.
Yes, and here's the other thing. Just because you're doing hypnosis does not mean they have to be relaxed. And non-awareness doesn't have to happen in a relaxed state either. There wasn't that much relaxation going on here, was there? No. But it still felt good, right? So just because we're doing I'm slowing the chances down primarily because it's easier to see them, right? Also, if you're going to touch something, shall we say, a little bit more personal, so that if it's an emotional thing, it's usually easier to get it from a slower state because it's a gentler approach. But you can do it just as easy, excited, and it happens all the time. Anyone ever here fall in love? Right? Anyone here say that person that you fell in love with, turn around and say, I love you? How did that feel? Right? Did you feel like, oh, I'm calm now. I'm going to sit down and just enjoy this moment? Or do you feel like climbing buildings, chewing bricks, and running for president all at the same time? right? So it happened all the time. So yeah, you're absolutely right. Go with the energy. Why fight it? Well, absolutely. And if the energy shifts halfway through, go with the shift. So this is the beauty of what you're doing. You can't go wrong. All you do is you follow whatever's happening, and you just push it a little bit further along until it goes one way or the other. The unconscious will always end up where it needs to be. You saw that yesterday with the symbols, right? You know, the money one, which is the last domination rather than the large denomination. We had a charming one here. Do you mind if I share your version? So Deborah had a symbol of salmon swimming upstream, you know, going home sort of thing. And at first she had all the conscious answers. Oh, it's courage and determination and all that sort of stuff. But really, what was it about in the end?
Patience.
It was about patience, wasn't it? And do you remember the shift that it took to get there?
Yeah.
So your unconscious will take you there eventually if you let it. Just follow it's like following the breadcrumbs. You're Hansel and Gretel, only there's no witch at the end of this one. There's someone a little bit nicer.